And welcome back, YouTube. This is Buster here with another video. You know what? It's been quite a long time since I've done a video on the Dragon Ball Z card game from the Score era, so I felt like making one today. So today we're going to be taking a look at the 11 different rare holo foil patterns from the Dragon Ball Z CCG Score era card game. Now, a little bit of information before we get started. For whatever reason, when Score did the original card game for the Dragon Ball Z anime, they decided to make each set contain a different holo foil pattern for their rares. I don't know why, but personally I think that's really cool because it gives each set its own uniqueness, and it's really fun to look at in the trading card binder to be like, oh hey, that set had that foil pattern, that's really cool, that set had that foil pattern, that didn't really hit the mark, so you're not stuck with a really lame foil pattern and have to change it halfway through the card game, but at the same time, if you do a really cool one, that set just becomes that little bit more desirable to collect, at least for the rare holofoils. Without further introduction, let's get into this. So we're going to start all the way back at the beginning with the Saiyan Saga. Now the Saiyan Saga was by far the lamest, as it had no particular foil pattern. It is just your straight mirror foil, which was also the standard for every common and uncommon, in addition to the rare. So the Saiyan Saga did not get off to a great start with the rare holofoil pattern. It was just straight mirror foil. Now, of course, I particularly love this card because this was pretty much banned as soon as it came out. Because for those who don't know, this card essentially says the battle that just took place between you and your opponent never happened. You reset the state of the game to before the battle took place. And let me tell you, especially toward the late game, that could be quite confusing and quite a lot could have happened, especially, with everything going on. It was just a big mess, and they were like, okay, we have to ban this thing. It's just going to cause way too much trouble for our judges, way too much trouble and arguments amongst the players. So the Dream Machine battle, Saiyan Saga, just straight mirror foil. Now the next set, we're going to go to the Frieza Saga. And this is going to be really hard to pick up on the camera. I might actually have to pull it out of the sleeve for that to work. But you could probably see almost like little tiny squares going across the entire image here and everywhere that it's hollow on the card. Now I like to call this the digitalized effect. It could also be like almost like a 8-bit or 16-bit, like a bit style effect, which honestly I think is pretty cool. I think this is the only time I've ever seen a card game use this particular holofoil pattern. It's very unique. It does take away a little bit from the image. It looks a bit more pixelated, I guess, than a regular card image should be. But being very unique, I do like it, and it's just that nostalgia of the Frieza Saga, which I personally love as well. So that is the Frieza Saga holofoil in this digitalized or pixelated style. Kind of cool. Very unique. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen any other card game use that particular holofoil pattern, so I have to give props for them for at least trying something different. And if there is another card game that uses that, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to see a different card game with that style holofoil. Up next, we're going to go to the very elusive Trunks Saga. I do have a few Trunks Saga rares that I got from way back in the day when the card game first started. And yeah, I'm going to share with you one right here. So this was the holofoil pattern in the Trunks, not Trunk, yeah, Trunks era. And I gotta say, this is probably my least favorite holofoil style. It's a pinstripe style, or almost like tinsel, like a Christmas tree tinsel. And I don't like it. I think it just really distracts from the card art and the actual, you can barely read the information on the side here, the power level. So, yeah, personally, probably my least favorite. Just really distracting. Doesn't, the holo itself is kind of nice because it goes all over, but it really distracts from the card, and I just don't like this particular holo style. I think Pokemon did it. Was it an XY they did it? A very similar style, and I didn't like it then, and I didn't like it in this original holo set either. That's the pinstripe or tinsel style holofoil from Trunks Saga. Up next, we're going to move to Android Saga, and I personally love this style. This is like a scratchy, almost like crosshatch, like very scratched up looking holofoil, and I really like that. Especially on certain cards, it really makes the image and pop. It just looks fantastic. If the camera will pick that up, kind of see that almost like cross hatching going on there. Pretty cool. Kind of going one way and then goes another way for a little bit. That is a fantastic holofoil style. A lot of people don't like it because it's kind of messy, but I personally like this holofoil from Android Saga. Up next, we're going to take a look at the Cell Saga, not Cell Games, but Cell Original Saga. So this one is kind of interesting. It's almost like a like large brushstrokes kind of going to the up and right. Or I guess it's almost like the pinstripes, but on the side, but not as severe. It's not as intrusive as the pinstripe regular one is. I kind of like it. I'm not exactly sure what style holofoil you would name this, but it's not bad. So we're going to hit Cell Games next, and I really like this holofoil style. I call this the Energized effect, which works fantastic with DBZ. It's kind of almost like lightning or surging power kind of running through the card. Just look at that fantastic holofoil style. You got, like I said, it just looks like energy flowing through the card, and on certain cards it looks fantastic. Like this one here, it kind of looks like it's powering up, and it actually looks like it's from the show. Really excellent. Brings the card to life. Really brings that you're playing DBZ. Much more so than a pinstripe or tinsel style. That's the Cell Game Saga. Probably one of my favorite holo styles from the entire game. And then we're going to go to an interesting holofoil style from the World Game Saga. I'm not quite sure what you'd call this. It's like a mix between mirror foil, crosshatch, and a whole bunch of other things. It's just kind of a really weird foil. As you can tell, only the on the image itself, only Grand Kai's hair is lit up. Like I said, it's like a cross between it's almost like a scratched up mirror foil. Kind of weird. But that is World Games style. And then we move next to the Majin, or Babidi Saga. Now this one is pretty cool. It has that energized effect from Cell Games, but it's like amplified even further. And it almost becomes kind of hard to see the actual card itself. I'd say this is probably similar to the Cell Games arc, but I love it all the same. Babidi's Saga. And then we go to a more classic foil, I guess. This is the classic wavy foil, and on certain cards it works really, really well. Like this one, it almost looks like he's thinking intensely or using his mind to control things. It is fantastic here. Like he's actually telepathically communicating with this card. You know, the lines or the wave effect kind of makes that happen. I think it works fantastic with this card here. Other cards, not so much, but this one I think works really fantastic with that wave effect. That is the Buu Saga. And then we move to the Fusion Saga, which is very similar to the Babidi Saga in my opinion. I'll kind of show a side by side just for comparison. Kind of that like energized up effect. The Babidi Saga has a bit more like speckle or actual pieces to it. This one's more wavy-esque, combined with that energized effect. Kinda cool. And then the most interesting of all, in my opinion, I think the most unique holofoil pattern, besides the digitalized one out of all of them, has to belong to the Kid Buu arc. Look at that. It almost looks mosaic or hieroglyphic. It is really, really unique. When you get in close, it's like little patchwork of like just little tiny symbols just all throughout the art. It is just really, really amazing how the holofoil on this particular set was made. And each one's like this too. It's almost like just like little tiny symbols like from a hieroglyphic or a mosaic just put together to build this fantastic looking holo. And this is probably the best example one I have too out of the whole set. It's just really unique. And honestly, I'd be kind of interested if Pokemon or some other one did it. I wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon already did it, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to have a few like that. That is the Kid Buu one. So with all that said, that was the 11 different holofoil variants that scored TCG, our score did back in the DBZ CCG era. And we're just going to do a quick rundown again, and let me know what your particular favorite one is in the comments down below. My personal favorite would probably be Kid Buu or Cell Games. So that's Saiyan, that's Frieza Saga, Trunks Saga, Android Saga. Android's pretty cool too. Cell Saga, Cell Games Saga, World Games Saga, Buu Saga, Babidi Saga, Fusion Saga, and Kid Buu Saga. Yeah, I think I have to give it to, personally, Cell Games or Kid Buu arc. Well, that's all I have for the video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you want to see future content like this, please hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see a past video of mine on the channel, you should see links appearing right around now. Until next time, this has been Booster Box Buster with some classic Dragon Ball Z CCG score era holofoil set review. Signing out.